ये से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम,
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो ना जानता था।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We start with the name of Allah, the most merciful and beneficent. This is class 9th and period is English grammar. Today we are on week number 4, video number 4. Okay, today I will teach you English grammar. As I already told you, I already taught you about English grammar, about the syllabus of English grammar and composition. We have covered also some topics of English grammar as sentence or parts of a speech, sentence and form or tense and its forms. In previous lecture I told you about parts of a speech, sentence and forms of tense and its 12 forms. Okay, so there as you know that there are 3 types or parts of time or tense: present, past, perfect. Today we will learn about present tense and its forms. Okay, before going to learn about the present tense or tenses, you must know the sentence structure. Sentence structure is very necessary for you, and you must focus on these things. Tenses are very important if you want to learn English, or if you want to speak English fluently, or if you want to compose English perfectly, then you must focus on the tenses. Tenses are not more that you cannot memorize. 12 tenses are there, and 3 to be tenses and active verbs, and some modal verbs are there. You can you can understand, or you can memorize the tenses very easily. Okay, so tenses are very important for you, both as well as on the board for your board paper, and if you want to speak or if you want to learn etc. Okay, before going to teach you the tenses, you must know about the sentence structure, that how we make a sentence in English language. Okay, सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर, एक मतलब जुमला बनता कैसे है इंग्लिश में. हाउ कैन वी मेक अ सेंटेंस इन इंग्लिश. ओके, लीव द अदर लैंग्वेज और उर्दू एक्सेट्रा. वी आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग और वी आर नॉट लर्निंग द सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अदर लैंग्वेजेस. वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न द सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. why am I repeating that? It is very important for you. If you have understood that, you can understand further topics very easily. So that's why. First of all, we use subject. First of all, we use subject. I will tell you. After that, we use helping verb. There are 2 forms of main verb: helping verb and main verb. After then, main verb. After then, objects and other words. That is sentence structure of English language. If you will speak any sentence of English, you will translate it or you will make sentence according to that structure. First of all, you will use subject. First of all, what will you do? You will use subject. After then, helping verb. After then, main verb. After then, object. After then, other words. Okay, then what is subject? Helping verb, main verb, object, other words, etc. For example, I am teaching English in the class. I have written a sentence on the board. Okay. So what is the sentence? I am teaching English in the class. If I will divide it, how many words I have used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words I have used. This is phrase, you can call it the word. Okay, 5 words I have used. I am teaching English in the class. Okay, first of all, I have used this one is subject. Why? Because subject is doer of an action. काम के करने वाला, जो काम होता है, जो काम के करने वाला होता है, doer of an action, that is called subject. Okay? Here I is subject. I am doing something. I am doing the work. Which work I am doing? On which? This is the object, because I am doing the work on this English. I am doing the work of English. I am teaching the English. Okay, I am doing the work of English. This is the object. English here. English is object. Subject mean काम के करने वाला. Object mean जिस पर काम हो. And this is helping verb. This is helping verb. Helping verbs varies according to tenses. मुख्तलिफ, they are different according to tenses. As present simple tense, no helping verb. Present continuous tense is am, are. Present perfect tense has, have. Present perfect continuous tense has been, have been. Here I have used which tense? Present continuous tense. That is why we can solve. I have used am, because the helping verbs of present continuous tense are is, am, and are. Okay. So helping verb supports the main verb. It supports the main verb. This is the main verb. Main verb, as I have already told you in the parts of his speech, main verb is doing any action, movement of your body or parts of your body. This is main verb. And this is object, I have already told you. This is other words. Okay? They are not, you can use other words always, at the end of the sentence. Sometimes you can also use before the sentence, but almost the other words are used at the end of sentence. Okay, that is the sentence structure. Before going to learn tenses, you must memorize or keep in mind the sentence structure. You will learn the tenses according to this sentence structure. Okay. So, subject, first of all we will use subject. After then helping verb, after then main verb, after then object, after then other words. Today I am going to teach you the present tense and its forms. How many forms of present tense? Present time, 4 forms. Simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. So first of all we will learn present simple and definite tense. Present simple or present indefinite tense we will learn today. Okay. I am not telling you the definition of the present simple tense. Okay, because it is very easy. The work which you do on the daily basis, that is your habit, that is called present simple tense. This is daily routine. Okay, you do always do that work on that time. That is called present simple tense. As I offer praise, always I offer prayer 5 times in a day. As sun rises from the east, it is universal to that. It is a daily routine. Sun always rises from the east. Okay. So I am not going to tell you the definition. I am writing here the rules of present simple tense. First of all, what we will use? Helping verb. HV stands for helping verb. The helping verb of present simple tense, no helping verb. Form of main verb. There are 4 forms of main verb. Universally there are 3 forms of main verb. In 4th form is ing form. But for our understanding, for our simplicity, we can divide a verb into 4 forms. As I am writing here, speak is first form of main verb. Spoke, second form of main verb. Spoken, third form of main verb. Okay, 4th form is present participle. This is first form. This is second form. This is third form. The 4th form is present participle, or you can say ing form. For our simplicity, we can say it is 4th form. Speaking. We always use first form and we always add ing form. Okay. So in present simple tense, which form of main verb we will use? First form. In present simple tense, we will use first form. Number 3, negative. How will you make the negative of present simple tense? Use do not or does not between subject and main verb. Between subject and main verb, we always use do not or does not for making negative of present simple tense. Interrogative. Interrogative, note down the spelling of interrogative, INTERROGATIVE. Okay, students always make the mistake. You should not make the mistake of in the spelling of interrogative. Keep or put do or does before subject and question mark at the end of sentence. If you will convert affirmative sentence into interrogative or interrogative sentence or present simple tense, you will keep or put do or does before subject and question mark at the end of sentence. Okay. Number 5, S or ES. S or ES. That is a separate rule for present simple tense. If subject if subject is in the sentence is he, she, it or any singular noun and it is present simple tense, we always add S or ES with the main verb. Okay, we always add S or ES with the main verb, and we always the connection do and does are also connected with these S and ES. If when I will give you the example, you will learn very easily about that. Okay. Number 6 rules. Urdu sense. At the end of sentence in Urdu sentence, what is the last word of Urdu? We can understand that it is a present simple tense. Okay. At the end of sentence, ta hai, ti hai, te hai. अगर आप आखिर में जुमले के उर्दू के जुमले के आखिर में ता है, ती है, ते है पाए तो you must know that it is present. It is a sentence of present simple tense. Okay. So I am writing here. There are 6 rules of present simple tense. If you want to understand present simple tense, then you must memorize these 6 rules. And I hope that you will translate of your board paper sentence of your board paper very easily. So I am giving here for example. हम दिन में 5 वक्त की नमाज पढ़ते हैं, अदा करते हैं, ठीक है। दिस इज सेंटेंस ऑफ प्रेजेंट सिंपल टेंस. How can we say that is a sentence of present simple tense? We will go at the end of sentence. Urdu sense. What is here? At the end of sentence is te hai. If at the end of sentence the Urdu words are te hai, ta hai, ti hai, you can translate it according to the rules of present simple tense. Okay. So what is the sentence structure? What we will use? First of all, we will use subject. Which is subject here? The subject, hum is subject here. What is the English of hum? We. We'll now keep in the mind the sentence structure. We'll translate it according to the sentence structure and the rules of present simple tense. We must keep in the mind the sentence structure and the rules of that tense while we translate. We. Okay. Sentence structure: subject, helping verb, main verb, object, other words. We have used subject here. And what is the helping verbs? For knowing the helping verbs, we will go to the tenses. Which tense is this? Present simple tense. And what are the helping verbs of present simple tense? No helping verb. Then we will not use the helping verbs, because present simple tense does not have helping verbs. Okay. Then we will come to the main verb, form of main verb, which is here main verb, which is पढ़ते हैं. For namaz, for pray, we always use offer. Okay, we offer. Subject, we have used subject. We have not used helping verb because it is present simple tense, and present simple tense does not have helping verb. We offer. After then, what we will use? Object. Which form of main verb we will use? First form of main verb we will use. What is the first form? Offer, offered, offered, offering. Fourth form. So which form of main verb use? First form. And here object is pray or namaz, you can say. We offer pray. Subject, helping verb, we have not used because it is present simple tense. Form of main verb, first form of main verb, and object. After then we will use other words. Okay. Which are the other words here? दिन में 5 वक्त. 5 times in a day. Okay, we have not used add s or es. Why? Here subject is not he. Here subject is not she. Here subject is not any singular noun. Here subject is not h. Here subject is we. With I, we, you, and plural noun, we never add s or es with main verb. Okay. So for negative, what we will use do not or does not between subject and main verb. What we will use here? Do not. Why? We always use does not if s or es is with main verb. Okay. So what we will do? Use do not between subject and main verb. Which is subject here? We is subject here. And which is main verb here? Offer is main verb. So we do not offer five times in a day. Okay. Rule number 3, use do not and does not between subject and main verb. We have used do not between subject and main verb. Why we not use does not? Does not because there is no s and es with the main verb. Okay. Interrogative. Keep or put do or does before subject and question mark at the end of sentence. Here no s or es. Then what will use? Do. At the end we will use question mark. Without question marks the sentence is incorrect. Okay. So we offer pray, it is affirmative. We do not offer pray 5 times in a day. Do we offer pray 5 times in a day? So which thing you have to keep in the mind? Sentence structure and rules of any sentence. Rules of any tense. Okay, I am giving you an example. Other example. He eats a meal. I have used here s with the main verb. Why? because subject here is he. If subject is rule number 5, s or es. If subject is he, she, it or any singular noun, we add s or es with main verb. Here subject is he, that is why we have add es. And how we will make the negative of this? We will use does not between subject and main verb. We will use does not, and we will cut this s. If we will use does not or does, we will cut this or we will finish this s. Okay? Eat a meal. And in interrogative, does he eat a meal? So it is very simple. For understanding any tense, you have to memorize two things. Which thing? Sentence structure, and another thing, rules of that tense. Okay? Another form, I am going to teach you another form. If you have understood this form, you will understand or you will learn or you will memorize other form within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Within 5 minutes, because first tense is important for you. Okay? I am not raising all things, I am not rubbing all things, just I am rubbing the rules. Here s and es is not with him, that rule. Present continuous tense, as we always use routine sentence are called present simple tense, and what we are doing now, that is present continuous tense. We are continuously doing now, that is called present continuous tense. As for example, I am moving, that is present continuous tense. Okay, I have stopped, that is present perfect tense. Okay, I am continuously teaching you, that is present continuous tense. Okay, so first of all, sentence structure is general. First of all, you will use subject, after then you will use helping verb, after then form of main verb, object and other words. This will, helping verbs will be changed. What are the helping verbs of present continuous tense? Is, am, are. What are the helping verbs of present simple tense? No helping verb. And present continuous tense is, am, are. With subject, these subjects we will use is. If subject is he, if subject is she, if subject is it, if subject is any singular noun, we always use is. And with I, just with I, we use am, I am. And if subject is we, if subject is you, if subject is any plural noun, we always use are. Okay? So these are the helping verbs of present continuous tense. Form of main verb, fourth form of main verb. Either fourth form or you can call it ing form of main verb. Or present participle. Negative, simply is not, am not, or not. We always use is not, am not, or not. An interrogative, put helping verb before subject and question mark at the end. We always use helping verb before subject and question mark at the end of sentence. Okay? उर्दू सेंस एट द एंड ऑफ सेंटेंस और उर्दू सेंटेंस जुमले के आखिर में ये आना चाहिए, रहा है, रही है, रहे हैं. That must be the Urdu sense of present continuous tense. If at the end of sentence in Urdu, is रहा है, रही है, रहे हैं, then it is called present continuous tense. Okay? I have written the sentence on the board. मैं खाना खा रहा हूँ. मैं खाना खा रहा हूँ. So that is present continuous tense. How? how can we know? We will go at the end of sentence. जुमले के आखिर में जाएंगे जहाँ पे रहा हूँ. So we can call it, we will call it present continuous tense, and we will translate it according to the rules of present continuous tense and sentence structure. So first of all, what we will use in sentence structure? Subject. What is subject here? Who is working here? Man. What is the English of man? I. After then, what we will use? Helping verb. Which are the helping verbs of present continuous tense? Is, am, are. We use which helping verb with the I? Am. And which is the for main verb here? Kha. What is the English of kha? Eat. And eat, ate, eaten, eating. Which form of main verb we use? Fourth form or ing form. And object on which I will do the work? Khana. What is the English of khana? A meal. We always use a meal with people, and we always use food with animal, because a meal mean ek waqt ka khana. Okay, that is. And where is other words? Is there any other words? No. If there is no other words, we will not use. If there will be another words, we will use at the end of sentence. And negative, common negative is not, am not, or not. We will just do am not. Interrogative, put helping verb before subject and question mark at the end of sentence. What we will do? Helping verb. What is the helping verb here? Am. First of all, we will use helping verb. At the end, we will use question mark. Okay? These are the present simple tense and present continuous tense. Two forms we have learned today, and inshallah in next lecture or next video I will teach you two more further forms, perfect form and perfect continuous tense, and also we will go to we will start past time and its forms. Okay, so that these are the present simple tense and present continuous tense. In MCQs and translation, question number 1 and question number 9 of your board paper, you will find such type of questions. In MCQs, you will find the question and change into negative or interrogative, and you will change these, you will select MCQs according to the rules of tenses. Okay, and in translation, you will find 5 or 4 translation from these tenses, and you should know the rules of sentence structure and tense. I hope that you have understood that, and your diary is this is your diary, homework diary. You must memorize the rules. Without rules, you cannot make any sentence of any tense, and also do the practice, because practice makes man perfect, as Francis Bacon said. Thank you. That's all. We are referring this book, secondary stage English book 1 for class 9th. We have already covered 3 chapters of this book, 2 lessons, the last sermon of the Holy Prophet and Shah Abdul Latif Bhai, and 1 poem, the Neem Tree. Today we will read another lesson, which is chapter number 4 and page number 19. The name of the lesson is, as I have already written on the board, Mohenjo-daro. So take out your books and open the page number 19. Mohenjo-daro. First of all, I am going to tell you about the Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is now, its ruins, now it is situated beside the Larkana. It was 4,000, I think, in 5,000 years ago, it was civilized city. The roads were steps, peoples were civilized there. As it was a modern city. condition of that city was well built houses, and people were civilized, people were traders, and some were farmers. Okay, now it is ruined. No one is living there now. Okay, so 4,500 years ago it was civilized. Now it is ruined. So it tells us about the Valley of Mehran, how the people of Sindh were 4,005 years ago. It tells us the civilization of the Sindh, civilization of also Asia. Okay, there are so many old cities also in Egypt, Damascus, and Harappa cities also in Punjab. So Mohenjo-daro is also connected with these cities, oldest cities of the world, oldest and civilized cities of the world. So now I am going to start the chapter with Urdu translation. So listen it carefully. I will read it simply. I will translate it simply. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro, or the Mount of the Dead, is one of the oldest cities in the world. Mohenjo-daro या मुर्दों का टीला दुनिया के कदीम शहरों में से एक शहर है. दुनिया के बहुत सारे और भी कदीम शहर हैं, जैसे कि इजिप्ट के बहुत सारे, कायरो, बहुत सारे शहर कदीम हैं, और कैनन हज़रत नूह अलैहिस्सलाम के दौर में एक सिटी था, जैसे कि हरापा सिटी. लेकिन मोहेंजो-दड़ो भी एक कदीम पुराना शहर है. It is at a distance of 27 kilometers from Larkana on the right bank of the river Indus. ये अभी 14 किलोमीटर दूरी पर है लाड़काना से. लाड़काना इज सिटी ऑफ सिंध where Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Benazir Bhutto was born. So it is on 27 kilometers. Mohenjo-daro is situated 27 kilometers away from Larkana, in the right bank of river Indus. River Indus, the largest Indus of Pakistan. There are so many also rivers, Saltej, Jhelum, but river Indus river, Sindhu Darya simply is the largest river, and the Mohenjo-daro is on right bank of river Indus, right bank, दाएं किनारे पे है. Few people lived there today, but 4,500 years ago it was a large busy city. कुछ लोग वहाँ पे अभी रहते हैं, ना होने के बराबर चंद लोग वहाँ पे अभी रहते हैं, लेकिन 4,500 साल पहले ये एक बड़ा बिजी सिटी था. मतलब बहुत सारे लोग वहाँ पे रहते थे. मशहूर शहर और बिजी सिटी, बहुत सारे लोग वहाँ पे रहते थे. एक बड़ा शहर था और बहुत सारे लोग रहते थे. Nobody knew about anything about it until 1922 when some villagers found pieces of old smooth pots and old bricks at the place where now stands the uncovered city. मोहेंजो-दड़ो के बारे में कोई भी लोग नहीं जान पाते अगर वहाँ के लोग, कुछ लोग ऐसे ही वहाँ पे निकल के गए तो उन लोगों को कुछ ऐसे स्मूथ पॉट्स, बर्तन के हिस्से मिले और पुरानी ईंटों के हिस्से मिले. उसके बाद वो वहाँ से एक अनकवर्ड सिटी, यहाँ से मोहेंजो-दड़ो पाया गया. उनकी दरियाफ्त हुई, उन स्मूथ बर्तन के टुकड़े जो थे या पुरानी ईंटों के टुकड़े जो थे, उनको जब दरियाफ्त किया गया, उनकी जानकारी हासिल की गई, उनको देखभाल किया गया, तो उनके बाद पता चला कि यहाँ पे तो एक बड़ा शहर था मोहेंजो-दड़ो. These pieces of old pots and bricks were brought to Sir John Marshall, an English civil servant whose work it was to look after historical remains like ancient buildings and other old things such as these pieces of pots and bricks. जैसे ही उन लोगों को, गांव वाले लोगों को कुछ बर्तन के टुकड़े और ईंटों के टुकड़े मिले, वो उन लोगों को, उन टुकड़ों को लेके सर जॉन मार्शल के पास गए. वो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट थे, इंग्लैंड से आए थे और सिविल सर्वेंट थे. पहले सिविल सर्वेंट मीन गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट. He was government servant and also he was archaeologist. वो उनके पास लेकर गए तो उनका मतलब शौक था तारीखी चीज़ों को देखने का और उन्होंने इनकी जांच पड़ताल की. He was himself very interested in history and was anxious to find out about these remains. वो खुद तारीख को जानने के लिए दिलचस्पी रखते थे, फिक्रमंद होते थे और उन चीज़ों को, इन खंडरात को उन्होंने खुद देखभाल की और खुद जांच पड़ताल की. So when he looked at them carefully, he at once knew that they were pieces of very old parts. जैसे ही उन चीज़ों को देखा, उन्होंने पुराने बर्तन को देखा, एकदम मतलब उन्होंने जल्दी में ही बता दिया कि ये तो बड़ी पुराने कदीम शहर के, मतलब यहाँ पे तो बड़े कदीम शहर के आसार मिलने वाले हैं, क्योंकि ये बड़ी पुरानी चीज़ें, हमें पुरानी चीज़ें और पुराने शहर से कनेक्ट हैं. अबाउट द ब्रिक्स ही सेड, ईंटों के बारे में उन्होंने, सर जॉन मार्शल ने कहा, perhaps there was once a town or a city which lies under these mounts of clay and sand. शायद वहां पे, यहाँ पे जो अभी मतलब जहां से मट्टी मिली है या मड मिली है, वहां पे एक बड़ा शहर होगा। हम इसकी खुदाई करेंगे तो शायद हमें एक बड़ा शहर मिलेगा। लेट्स डिग हियर, मे बी वी शैल अनकवर द रिमेन्स ऑफ एन ओल्ड सिटी। आए तो इनकी मिलके खुदाई करें, शायद हमें पुराने शहर की आसारात या पुराने शहर की कुछ खंडरात मिल जाएं। अच्छा, ये स्टेटमेंट की तौर पे अभी बोर्ड के एग्जाम्स में यूज होता है किसी के कोटेशंस, कहे हुए अल्फाज किसी लेसन में, तो आप इसको सही तरीके से समझिएगा, सही तरीके से सुनिएगा, ठीक है। परहैप्स, सो पैराग्राफ नंबर 3, सो द मैन स्टार्टेड डिगिंग एंड एज दे डग more and more such pieces came up till there appeared bit by bit a city of straight roads and well built houses. तो लोगों ने वहां पे, जो लोग थे सर जॉन मार्शल के साथ, उन्होंने खुदाई करना शुरू कर दी। ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो टुकड़े बाहर आने लगे जो उन गांव वालों को मिले थे, पुराने बर्तन के और ईंटों के, और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बिट बाय बिट, ये इडियम्स के तौर पे वी कैन यूज, बिट बाय बिट, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके आहिस्ता आहिस्ता वो बाहर जाहिर होते गए। स्ट्रेट रोड्स, साफ सीधे रास्ते जाहिर हुए, एंड वेल बिल्ट हाउसेस, और अच्छे घर बने हुए थे वहां के। जैसे ही उनकी खुदाई की, जो एक मिट्टी का टीला था, माउंट ऑफ डेड था, सॉरी मुर्दों का टीला था, उनकी खुदाई की तो वहां से उन लोगों को एक अच्छे सीधे रास्ते मिले और अच्छे घर मिले। You can imagine how surprised and excited the people were when they saw all this coming up from what they had so far taken to be only mounts of clay and sand. लोग उनको एक मिट्टी का या रेती का टीला समझते थे। जैसे ही लोगों को ये नई चीजें मिली, एक अच्छे घर मिले और सीधे रास्ते मिले, साफ सीधे रास्ते मिले, तो आप लोग तसव्वुर कर सकते हैं, ख्याल में ला सकते हैं, तो लोगों के क्या वहां पे मतलब जोश होगा, वहां पे क्या वहां पे उनके तासरात होंगे। लोग बड़े एक्साइटेड हो गए थे, जोशीले हो गए थे। ईच हाउस वॉज मेड ऑफ लार्ज बैक ब्रिक्स एंड हैड अ बाथरूम एंड सर्वेंट क्वार्टर्स क्लोज बाय। हर घर बना हुआ था एक बड़ी पक्की हुई ईंट का, लाल ईंट होती है, पक्की होती है, तो और उनके करीब अटैच बाथ थे वहां पे। जैसे आजकल के जमाने में अटैच बाथ होते हैं हर रूम में, वो पुराने 4500 साल पुराने मोहनजोदड़ो में ये अटैच बाथ थे, वहां से हमें तहजीब मिलती है। कवर्ड ड्रेन्स ड्रेन बिसाइड द स्ट्रीट्स, और वहां पे जो ड्रेनेज सिस्टम था वो बिल्कुल कवर्ड था, स्ट्रीट में बिल्कुल कवर्ड था, खुला हुआ ड्रेनेज सिस्टम नहीं था, कवर्ड था, मतलब पता ही नहीं चलता था। इवन द स्ट्रीट्स वर मेड ऑफ बैक ब्रिक्स, गलियां भी वहां के पक्की ईंटों की बनी थी। अच्छा, पक्की ईंटों की मतलब 4500 साल पुरानी बात हो रही है, हजरत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम से भी 2000 साल पहले, हजरत मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम की बात, हजरत इब्राहिम अलैहिस्सलाम की तकरीबन बात हो रही है। तो उस वक्त सिंध के लोग जो थे इतने सिविलाइज थे, तरक्की याफ्ता थे, मोहनजोदड़ो के। Even the streets were made of black bricks, cars and other forms of transport could come right to the center of the town. Cars, बैलगाड़ी और भी कोई मतलब गधा गाड़ी या किसी और कोई ट्रांसपोर्ट मेंशन नहीं की गई, लेकिन और भी ट्रांसपोर्ट की जाती थी वहाँ। बैलगाड़ी, 2 बैल बांधे जाते हैं गाड़ी में, बैलगाड़ी एज ए सैंपल के तौर पे यहाँ पे बुक में मौजूद है, ठीक है। वो ट्रांसपोर्ट के तौर पे मतलब सेंट्रल मार्केट में जाया करते थे लोग, गाँव के लोग। यू कैन स्टिल सी द ग्रेट हॉल वेयर ग्रेन वॉज स्टोर्ड, वहाँ पे आप मोहनजोदड़ो घूमने जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे एक हॉल मिलेगा, वो गाँव के लोग पूरा अनाज वहाँ पे इकट्ठा करते थे, तो फिर जिसको जितना चाहिए था उस हिस्से से वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते थे। यूटोपियन लाइफ, एज यू कैन इमेजिन, यूटोपियन लाइफ स्पेंड किया करते थे वो लोग। देयर इज अ वाइड रोड इन द मिडल ऑफ विच वाज द शॉपिंग सेंटर विद शॉप्स ऑन बोथ साइड्स, वहाँ पे एक बड़ा चौड़ा रास्ता है, मतलब खुला हुआ रास्ता है, और उस रास्ते में इस तरफ भी शॉप्स है, इस तरफ भी शॉप्स है, जैसे एक शॉपिंग मॉल, लाइक अ शॉपिंग मॉल। दिस रोड कंटिन्यूज ऑन टू द हाउसेज ऑफ द वर्कमैन, वो रोड जो है जहाँ पे इस तरफ भी शॉप्स, इस तरफ भी शॉप्स, वो गांव के लोग जो काम करने वाले लोग होते हैं वहां तक जाता है वो रोड। द पीपल ऑफ दिस सिटी मस्ट हैव बीन ग्रेट ट्रेडर्स विद द रिवर इंडस सो नियर एंड द सी विद एन ईजी रेंज, लोग वहां के लाजमी तौर पे जो शहर के लोग थे वो तिजारत करते होंगे, क्योंकि रिवर इंडस उनके बिल्कुल करीब था और वो रिवर इंडस के ज़रिए अरेबियन अरेबियन सी तक आसानी से पहुंच सकते थे, इसलिए वो ट्रेडर्स होंगे। द कंट्री साइड मस्ट हैव बीन फर्टाइल सिंस व्हीट, राइस एंड कॉटन ग्रू देयर। कंट्री साइड, गाँव के इलाके जो थे वो जरखेज होते थे, वहाँ पे 3 फसल उगाए जाते थे, व्हीट गंदम, राइस चावल एंड कॉटन और कपास। द फार्मर्स आल्सो केप्ट कैटल, जो किसान थे वो कैटल मवेशी गाय भैंस बकरी वो अपने घर में परवरिश किया मतलब परवरिश रखा करते थे। देयर वर स्किल्ड क्राफ्ट्समैन हु वर्कड इन गोल्ड आइवरी और सिल्वर एंड आइवरी। वहाँ पे एक क्राफ्ट्समैन हुनरमंद शख्स भी थे जो काम करते थे 3 मेटल्स पे, गोल्ड सोने पे, सिल्वर चांदी पे एंड आइवरी। The meaning of ivory is, you can say, the bangles made of glasses, कांच की चूड़ियां भी बोल सकते हैं आप लोग उसको, या हाथी के दांत भी तो एज ए ब्रूसेस मतलब वहाँ पे यूज किया करते थे, अपने नेकलेस में यूज किया करते थे वगैरह वगैरह। 3 मेटल्स पे काम, गोल्ड सिल्वरी एंड आइवरी। क्ले डॉल्स एंड कार्ड्स वर मेड फॉर द चिल्ड्रन टू प्ले विथ। क्ले डॉल्स मट्टी की गुड़िया बनाई जाती थी, एंड कार्ड्स और जो बैलगाड़ी बनाई जाती थी मट्टी की, वो लोगों बच्चों के लिए खेलने के लिए, ऐसे कि मतलब सिंपल के तौर पे। We also have an idea of the dresses worn by the ruling classes, the priests and the elders from the seals of many kinds that have been found there. वहाँ के priest, पादरी मतलब मजहबी मौलवीज, you can say, religious leaders and ruling class, और जो एल्डर्स एंड बड़े लोग मतलब बड़े जो थे उम्र में, वो कौन सी ड्रेसेस पहनते थे ये हम अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं किससे, जहाँ पे मतलब वो वहाँ पे जो सील्स मोहरें पाई गई हैं उन ड्रेसेस पे, उससे अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं कि कौन सी ड्रेसेस यूज़ करते हैं वो। दे वोर लॉन्ग लूज ड्रेसेस, वो लंबी और लूज ड्रेसेस पहना करते थे। नियर बाय इज अ म्यूजियम वेयर इंटरेस्टिंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स फाउंड फ्रॉम मोहनजोदड़ो और ऑन एग्जिबिशन। उनके करीब एक म्यूजियम है, मोहनजोदड़ो के करीब अभी म्यूजियम्स है, जो चीज़ें अजीब चीज़ें मिली हैं मोहनजोदड़ो से वो वहाँ उस म्यूजियम में रखी गई हैं। हम आप लोग जाएंगे, इफ यू विल गो देयर यू विल फाइंड more objects which are found in from the Mohenjo-daro, okay, and you can also imagine that how strange these things and these objects are. These include seals, jewelries, toys, weapons and painted pottery. वो जो चीज़ें वहाँ से मिली हैं, वो जो म्यूजियम में पड़ी हैं, वो ये चीज़ें, सील्स मोहरें, मुख्तलिफ किस्म की मोहर जो स्टैम्प के तौर पे यूज़ होती थी, ज्वेलरीज, जेवरा, टॉयज, बर्तन, वेपन्स, हथियार एंड पेंटेड पॉटरी, और कुछ पेंटेड पोट्री मतलब बर्तन पे पेंटिंग भी की गई है, वो भी वहाँ पे म्यूजियम में पड़े हैं। द बेस्ट फाइंड ऑफ मोहनजोदड़ो इज द हेड ऑफ बुल विच वाज यूज्ड एज अ सील। बेहतरीन जो मतलब हमें वहाँ से चीज़ मिली है वो है हेड ऑफ बुल, एक बेल का मतलब सर, नो एज इट इज लाइक मेड ऑफ लाइक क्ले, सो एज अ दे ऑलवेज यूज फॉर स्टैम्प, ओके वहाँ पे हेड ऑफ बुल मिला है जो स्टैम्प के तौर पे, सील मोहर के तौर पे यूज किया करते थे। अ मेटल स्टेचू ऑफ अ डांसिंग गर्ल हैज आल्सो बीन फाउंड। एक डांसिंग गर्ल का एक मेटल स्टेचू है, मेटल से बना हुआ है मजसुमा, वो भी वहाँ पे म्यूजियम ऑफ मोहनजोदड़ो में मौजूद है। देयर आर मेटल टूल्स टू, और भी मेटल टूल्स वहाँ पे मौजूद है जो हथियार बनाते हैं। इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दीज मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स दैट द प्रोबेबल एज ऑफ द सिटी इज बीइंग गिवन एज अबाउट 4500 ईयर्स। ये मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स जो मिले हैं वहाँ पे, उन मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स की वजह से हम अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं कि मोहनजोदड़ो कितने साल पुराना है। ओके, थ्रू द हेल्प ऑफ द मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स वी कैन मीन गेस दैट हाउ ओल्ड इज द मोहनजोदड़ो। 4500 ईयर्स, आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू during the age or years of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. For a long time these people lived a happy life. बहुत अरसा मतलब वो लोग खुश जिंदगी गुजारते थे वहाँ पे मोहनजोदड़ो के लोग जो थे 4500 साल पहले। They were quite rich and traveled from place to place on business or on pleasure. बिल्कुल अमीर लोग थे, उनके पास बहुत पैसा होता था और सफ़र करते थे एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे। 2 मकसद होते थे सफ़र के, या तो बिजनेस तिजारत के सिलसिले में या फिर खुशी ऐसे तफरीक के खातिर। द सिटी वॉज वेल प्लान्ड एंड क्लीन, उनका शहर जो था बिल्कुल साफ और अच्छे तरीके से बना हुआ था मोहनजोदड़ो। द रेन वाटर डिड नॉट रिमेन ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स, बारिश का पानी वहाँ पे नहीं रुकता था गलियों में, इस तरीके से बना हुआ था। वी डू नॉट नो व्हाट हैपेंड टू देम लेटर, हमें नहीं पता कि उनके साथ बाद में क्या हुआ। ऐसा कौन सा मतलब, या तो इधर नेचुरल मिसहैप्स डिस्ट्रॉयड इट और सम इन्वेडर्स इन्वेडेड एंड डिस्ट्रॉयड दैट द सिटी ऑफ मोहनजोदड़ो, वी डोंट नो। इधर दे वर रेडेड फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ और सम ग्रेट अर्थक्वेक डिस्ट्रॉयड देम, या तो नॉर्थ वालों ने उन पे हमला किया था, जो मंगोल्स होते थे, तुर्क्स होते थे, या फिर कोई कुदरती आफत जो थी उस, या जलजला वगैरह जो है उनको, उस वजह से वो बर्बाद हो गए थे। No one has yet been able to determine the meaning of the words written on the seals and on the pottery. कब कोई भी शख्स कामयाब, मुकम्मल तौर पे कामयाब नहीं हुआ। जो मीनिंग्स लिखी गई हैं, मीनिंग्स लिखी हुई हैं वहाँ पे, जो सील्स और मोहरों पे या बर्तन पे जो वहाँ पे काश्तकारी की गई है, उनकी मीनिंग्स या वर्ड्स लिखे गए हैं, उनके बारे में मुकम्मल हमें जानकारी नहीं मिली है। किसी ने भी मुकम्मल जानकारी हासिल नहीं कर पाए हैं। मच कुड बी लर्न इफ द लैंग्वेज एक्सपर्ट्स आर एबल टू डेसिफर दीज वर्ड्स, बहुत कुछ जाना जा सकता है मोहनजोदड़ो के बारे में मजीद, अगर लैंग्वेज एक्सपर्ट्स जो है वो कामयाब हो जाते हैं इन वर्ड की मीनिंग हासिल करने में। मतलब दे कैन अचीव सक्सेस टू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ दीज वर्ड्स। लर्न मैन एंड विजिटर्स ऑफन कम टू द साइट्स, लर्न आलिम और जो स्याह होते हैं, घूमने वाले होते हैं, वो हम ज़्यादातर साइट्स पे आते हैं। दे कम नॉट ओनली फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, वो ना पाकिस्तान से नहीं आते, मतलब वो ना सिर्फ पाकिस्तान से आते हैं बट आल्सो फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, पूरी दुनिया से लोग आते हैं मोहनजोदड़ो को घूमने में। लेट्स होप दैट देयर एफर्ट्स सक्सीड इन डेसिफरिंग दीज वर्ड्स, आए तो हम उम्मीद रखें कि जो लैंग्वेज एक्सपर्ट्स हैं वो इन वर्ड्स की मीनिंग हासिल करने में कामयाब हो जाएं। वी विल देन नो अ ग्रेट डील मोर देन वी डू नॉट नो अबाउट दिस डीड सिविलाइजेशन, हम और भी ज़्यादा इस मुर्दा सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में, मुर्दा तहजीब जो है, कि मुर्दा तहजीब क्यों, वाई आर वी कॉलिंग दैट डीड सिविलाइजेशन, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट फॉलोइंग दैट सिविलाइजेशन येट। If we will follow that civilization, we can also achieve a success. If wherever you will go in Karachi or you can say in Sindh or in Pakistan, you will find the rainwater in the streets. Drainage system is not working properly. Why? Our old peoples were, our nation was civilized and they built well planned houses. And why can't we? Okay. So from this lesson, we can understand the civilization, the old, we can take the message that we are rich in civilization. 4,500 years ago, during the years of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, 2000 before or 2,500 before Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, we were civilized. Okay, we can take examples from that civilization, and we can also make our country, our province rich, and we can build well planned houses, and we can also make our city well planned and civilized. Okay, so that is the lesson. So come to the exercises, textual study, look up the meaning. I have already given the words meaning, the content solution, page number 80 to 81 is here words meanings are written. Site, location has appeared to become visible, words meanings are given. Okay, you can see the words meaning from the on date number 17/7/2020. Okay, and come on the page number 80 and 81. Two questions are important. In 10 years you will find 2 and 3 or 4 questions important. The most important questions are which objects or which things are in the museum of Mohenjo-daro or on the examination. Which objects are kept in the museum of Mohenjo-daro for exhibition. Okay, the question which objects are kept in the museum of Mohenjo-daro comes in 2017, 2015, 2013, 2012. I have written you the content, and in which 6 questions are given. Number 1 question is, what does Mohenjo-daro mean, or where is it situated? Okay, what does Mohenjo-daro mean? The word Mohenjo-daro means Mound of the Dead, and it is situated 27 kilometers away from Larkana on the right bank of river Indus. Who was Sir John Marshall? What did he say when villagers brought old pots and bricks to him? Sir John Marshall was an English civil servant, and he was interested in to know about the remains of old city. And when people brought some pieces of old pots and bricks to him, at once he saw that perhaps there lies a large and old city. Let's dig here. Maybe we shall uncover a civilized city. What do you know about the houses and the streets of Mohenjo-daro? The houses were well built, and the streets were also built properly. Okay, no drainage system was covered. Okay, and rainwater did not stay there. So the houses and streets were built in well planned manner. What do you know? What objects are kept in the museum of Mohenjo-daro? The objects kept in the museum of Mohenjo-daro are seals, jewelries, painted pottery, a head of bull, a statue of dancing girl, etc. or cards, clay dolls, etc. What is probable age of Mohenjo-daro? How was it founded? The probable age of Mohenjo-daro is 4,500 years old. And what is probable age of the Mohenjo-daro? It comes in 2014. Okay, in the board exam. It was the probable age of Mohenjo-daro 4,500 years old. It was founded from the metal objects founded from there. What do you know from the ruins of Mohenjo-daro? 2011, that question is available. What do you know from the ruins of Mohenjo-daro? From the ruins of Mohenjo-daro, we know that it was well planned and civilized city. It is about 4,500 years old. It was built on the right bank of the river Indus. It was discovered in 1922 by Sir John Marshall. Okay, so Mohenjo-daro is 27 kilometers away from Larkana on the right bank of river Indus. It was founded by Sir John Marshall in 1922. The craftsmen worked on silver, ivory, and gold. The farmers kept cattle, and they grew wheat, rice, and cotton. The probable age of Mohenjo-daro is 4,500 years old. Okay, a statement is there in page number 19, paragraph number 2. Perhaps there was once a town or a city which lies under these mounds of clay and sand. Let's dig here. Maybe we shall uncover the remains of an old city. It was not the part of our board exam or board paper before 2017. After 2017, 18, 19, it remained the part of our board paper. Statement, question number 3. Now you will see, if you will see the past paper paper of 2019 or 2018, you will see 10 questions in the paper. And question number 3 is of a statement from the lesson. It always comes from a quotation. It is a quotation. When we are reading a lesson, a person always say a quotation. That quotation always give the paper makers, okay, in your board paper. For example, perhaps they always give quotation statement, as I have given in you. Perhaps name the speaker and the lesson. The name of the speaker is Sir John Marshall, and the name of the lesson is Mohenjo-daro. To whom is the speaker directing for digging? किसको बोल रहे हैं digging के लिए, खुदाई के लिए? जब villagers को बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है? About whom old city or town the speaker is talking? For which city the speaker is talking? The speaker is talking in this statement about the Mohenjo-daro, the city of Mohenjo-daro. Okay, and then page number 81. MCQs are blanks. The word Mohenjo-daro means Mound of the Dead. MCQs in question number 1 and blanks in question number 5. Mohenjo-daro is dash kilometers away from Larkana, 27. Mohenjo-daro is on the dash bank of river Indus, right. Probable age of Mohenjo-daro is 4,500 years. Mohenjo-daro was discovered in 1922. Mohenjo-daro was discovered by Sir John Marshall. The best wine of Mohenjo-daro is Head of Bull. Okay. After then is short note given. Okay. So come to the exercises of the books. Page number 22 to 20. First exercise, I have already told you the words meaning. Second exercise is use the following words in sentences of your own. That is your diary homework. It's general question. Okay. Do the exercise number 2. Page number 22. Words. Sentences and their sentences. You have to make your own sentences. Words are very simple. Wonderful. आला. Succeeded. कामयाब हुआ. Cattle. मवेशी, गाय, भैंस, बकरी. Dig. खुदाई करना. Worry. परेशान, फिक्रमंद. ठीक है. Where is comprehension? As you have understood the chapter, you can answer these questions very easily. Where is Mohenjo-daro? Tick the MCQs type of answers are also given. It is to the north of Karachi and on the left bank of the river Indus. No, it is on the right bank of the river Indus, not left bank, right bank. The correct answer is 2. Sir John Marshall, question number 2. Sir John Marshall brought pieces of old parts to the villagers. No, he did not bring pieces. Looked at the pieces of old parts which were brought to him by somebody. Yes, it is correct answer. Supply the missing. Mohenjo-daro is one of the oldest cities. We know from the ruins of Mohenjo-daro that the Mohenjo-daro was a large city. Okay. So like that you can also fill the MCQs. If you have understood the chapter, you can fill these very easily. Composition, write in 5 sentences what do you know from the ruins of Mohenjo-daro. Okay, as I have already written the question on page number 80 and it comes in 2011. Describe your village or your street in sentences, 5 sentences. If you are living in the village or you have gone in the village, you describe it in your own sentences. Or street, your street. You are living in town or city, you must describe in your own sentences that street. Which things are in the streets. Okay. Study of structure, page number 23. A few. Some words are written. A few. What is difference between few and a few? Few mean ना होने के बराबर. कुछ लोग लेकिन ऐसे समझेंगे ना होने के बराबर. Okay? मतलब नेगेटिव वे में. That is in negative way. A few means some. Kuch. Okay, as given example, few people live there today, but about 4,500 years ago it was a large and busy city. In Mohenjo-daro, few people are living there. I mean, there is no one house there, but few people go and live there. Okay, कुछ लोग वहाँ पे ऐसे तफरी के लिए जाते हैं, एक रात रुकते हैं, फिर चले आते हैं वापस. कोई परमानेंट रेजिडेंसी नहीं है वहाँ पे किसी की. You are sad because you have a few friends. आप उदास हैं क्योंकि आपके पास कुछ दोस्त हैं. मतलब a few mean कुछ. Okay? Not many, be कुछ मतलब not many, कुछ ये भी ज़्यादा नहीं. How many कितने. ये idioms always comes in question number I think either 5 or 6. Okay? We can search it in the papers, the past papers. In question number idioms. Question number 6. 5 fill in the blanks and 6. 3 statement from the chapter lessons, 4 statement from the poem, and 5 fill in the blanks and 6 idioms. A lot of बहुत सारे. Nobody, nothing, no कुछ कोई भी नहीं. Made of बनाया हुआ. I will also give you the idioms in the school. Very much बहुत सारे. Not very much कम. Not at all कभी भी नहीं. Very well बहुत अच्छा. Not very well मतलब अच्छा नहीं फील करना, मोस्ट ऑफ, मेनी ऑफ, द रेस्ट ऑफ, सम ऑफ, बाकी या बहुत सारे, इन टू, आउट ऑफ, इन टू मीन शामिल, और आउट ऑफ मीन इससे अलावा, इससे का. ओके, दैट इज important exercises. Other exercises are grammatical exercises. When we learn tenses and sentence or grammar, then we will learn how to solve these exercises. Okay, that was a chapter, the Mohenjo-daro. Okay, this is general diary, and your diary, homework diary is this: learn or memorize the question answer and short notes. Of chapter 4. Okay, as you have listened my lecture in Urdu translation, you also must read in your own way, and you try to understand that chapter according to your own perception power, because self study is the best study. You must focus on the self study also. Without self study, teacher cannot teach you very well. Okay, I hope that you will read it at your free time or at your home, and inshallah you will learn it completely, and you will also complete my work. That's all. Thank you very much.